fellow named Long Billy McClung was born. His daddy had been born in Ireland in 1706 and came to Virginia. Long Billy, as he grew up, he made what was called a tomahawk claim, and he walked the river from the Greenbrier to the meadow, and he blazed trees to lay claim to his land. He was the first white European settler on the Meadow River at all. You got to figure it was a little lonely. In 1745, three Scottish boys, Andrew, James, and George Kincaid, beat a hasty retreat from Scotland, having bet on the wrong horse in the Jacobite Rebellion. They came to Virginia and kept moving into the mountains, trying to stay one step ahead of the king. They are my multi-great-grandfathers. There are 9 or so generations of us who have lived in Appalachia. Those earliest generations, like Lorella noted, were there before anybody knew anything about any coal. Those earliest generations were sustainable before sustainable was cool. Long Billy McClung lies in a grave in Fayette County, West Virginia, just like generation upon generation upon generation of Appalachian people lie in little hilltop cemeteries all over Appalachia. You've heard a little bit this morning about valley fills. When they blow up the mountain and they push the material, what they call fill, what we know as waste, over into those valleys. The coal companies that do mountaintop removal consider our forebears to be part of that waste. They push our ancient ones into those valley fills to lie ignominiously among the ruins of their destruction. Those 3 million pounds of high explosives that you've heard about that go off in Appalachia every day blow up countless Native American First Peoples settlements. Not far from a friend of mine's house is a slave cemetery. It too will likely be sacrificed in the mad rush to eliminate the Appalachian people from our memory and from our planet. We felt it was necessary, we desperately felt it was necessary to be here and to talk to you because we need you. You're our only hope. We will do the work on the ground in Appalachia, but we have got to have you doing the work with us. During the political campaign season of 2008, if you noticed, the primary, they called them debates. After a while, I took to calling them pageants. All the political pageants were sponsored on CNN by clean coal, Democrats and Republicans alike. Made it impossible to watch them. And then lo and behold, I go to various and sundry liberal blogs. And what smacks me in the face? A clean coal ad. God, it was like a dirty kitchen with the lights off the way. They were like roaches, those clean coal ads. They were all over the liberal blogosphere. The coal industry has the money and the explosives to bury us. All we have are the facts. And all we have are the old bones of our forefathers and foremothers. And those bones call out to us for justice. And they call out to us to do nothing more than what they did for us, because they anticipated us. And we must anticipate the next generations. Back home in Fayette County right now, the 11th generation of my family is in a playpen, or napping in a cradle, 2 years old and 1 year old. And my question to you is to ask you if those little Appalachian babies are Americans too. Because at this point in time, I cannot say with any confidence whatsoever that I believe that the United States of America thinks that they are. Because they are not treated as such. You don't set off 3 million pounds of high explosives per day on people you think are Americans just like you. You don't do it. But they do it to us. You don't poison the water until it comes out of the tap looking like tomato soup and stinking like rotten eggs and filled with every toxin imaginable to the point that it burns up your insides. You don't do that to people that you consider to be your fellow countrymen. Samuel Taylor Coleridge in The Rime of the Ancient Mariner wrote those famous words, "Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink." The coal companies think they made something right if they destroy our wells, and then there's a public water project put in so us hillbillies can have some city water. Well, they don't pay the water bill. They don't pay for what they took. The most ancient cultures on this planet value water. Think of the references in the Old Testament and in the Quran to how one behaves with regard to a neighbor's well. To poison a well, to destroy a well, is the highest affront to civilization that exists in those holy books. Massey Energy, Consol, Peabody, Arch violate the most fundamental premises of the religious structures of we as human beings every day. And they call it progress. I guess what I'm trying to get across is, and let me just make it abundantly clear. I take a little umbrage at being called an environmentalist, because I'm not. I'm a human being. Appalachian people are human beings. This is not a local issue. This is not a regional issue. This is not a national issue. This is a global issue. And the kind of issue that it is a human rights issue. Because if you can do to Appalachian people what is being done to Appalachian people, then the Appalachian people that it is being done to are not quite as human as the rest of us. So I thank you very much for your time. I heard a congressman say yesterday, with regard to the passage of the climate bill, we don't have the luxury of time, as his reason for why it can't be fixed. We don't have the luxury of time either. And that's why every minute that goes on that mountaintop removal continues is another minute that it's less likely that there will be an 11th or a 12th generation of Appalachian people. We need you. We need you desperately. Please help.